Konferencen varede i 3 timer.
I found it a pity that a few people were shouting to each other and they were not actually listening to what the other one said.
The problem is, and I think that's also the problem that's within the Dutch community, is that we don't listen to each other, and we think that we are the only one who is right.
In Denmark, we have this impression that Holland is very tolerant and it's an open society. Have we been wrong all these years?
Well, the Dutch say that they are tolerant, but I think, well, my experience is that they are tolerant as long as you don't enter their comfort zone.
After this murder, you can see that a lot of Dutch people aren't tolerant at all. They just accepted us for so many years without knowing what the Islam is and knowing what Moroccan people think and how they live.
Men i hvert fald i et tilfælde gik en marokkansk muslim faktisk hen og blev ekstremist, i en grad, der førte til mordet på Theo van Gogh. Hvad er det, der går galt for nogle af marokkanerne?
Most of the radical Moroccans are very well educated and have become isolated from their ethnic community and thus fall into a kind of void, a social void, because on the one hand Dutch society isn't accepting them, and on the other hand they don't feel strong relations to their ethnic background.
Det bliver bekræftet af et par unge marokkanere, der godt kunne være prototyperne på gennemsnitshollænderens værste mareridt.
Some people see me just as a prototype, they just don't know. And some they know while I'm in a criminal or something, they still see me as a prototype.
We have two cultures, the Netherlands culture and the Moroccan culture. And if we don't do what the Moroccan culture do, then we do that. If we don't do 100% what the Dutch culture do, then they do that. This we are like this, if you know what I mean.
Yes, we're caught in the middle. That's how it goes. And some people can handle that stress, and some other can't. So then you get someone who's killing another one because of saying something.
Når en fundamentalistisk morder og hævngærige højrefløjsradikale pludselig kan dominere avisoverskrifter og samfundsdebat, er det så fordi det hollandske samfund har været for tolerant?
Well, we haven't been tolerant towards the right-wing radicals, and I think that has been a mistake, that we have been too repressive towards right-wing radicalism, so that we now don't have a party that organizes and domesticates, so to speak, these right-wing elements. On the other hand, I think we have been naive when it comes to the radicalization of the young Moroccan boys.
Do you think the development is that it will get more violent, or is the development that this case will help starting a debate and maybe contain the violence?
Well, in the long run this may be the case, but in the short run there will certainly be more violence.
Samfundsdebattører som Samir Abbas har travlt i disse dage.
We have to. I mean, what is the other part of civil war between Muslims and not Muslims here in Holland? It was something from Bosnia, not from Amsterdam. And that's very strange if you think about what happened in 2 weeks.
På de bare få uger siden mordet på Theo van Gogh har det politiske Holland ændret sig. Kravene runger om strammere betingelser for indvandring og nye spilleregler for dem, der allerede bor i landet. De skal lære sig hollandsk, men vil forhindre, at de muslimske parallelsamfund, der har dannet sig, bliver permanente. Og så vil statsmagten optrævle de ekstreme miljøer, der truer med terror og mord på politikere og kritikere af islam.
Der er stærkt fokus i medierne på den personlige fare for politikere, der ytrer sig kritisk mod muslimske indvandrere. Uofficielle dødslister dukker op. 2 politikere er i dag under konstant politibeskyttelse. Ayaan Hirsi Ali står øverst på listen, kendt som den somalisk-hollandske politiker, der skrev manuskript til den islamkritiske film Underkastelse. Filmens instruktør Theo van Gogh blev på grund af filmen myrdet. Ayaan Hirsi Ali lever under jorden med politiets hjælp.
I live in a country with a secular moral, and it doesn't mean that you are not supposed to have a religion, but it means that everyone with all the different religions and those people without a religion can live here together under certain conditions, and it's very important for me to guard those conditions.
Hendes partifælle, integrationsminister Rita Fadonk, sender en særlig tak til den danske regering for at have givet Hirsi Ali årets frihedspris.
I appreciate it very much. It's such an important signal for the Dutch people, but also for Ayaan as a person. So I appreciate it very much.
Ministeren kender ikke Hirsi Alis skjulested og sender derfor den troede kollega en direkte hilsen.
I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for all our liberal rights. And Ayaan, I think to you. I think every day of you, and I hope, and I'm sure of that there will be a day that you will be strong enough to be again with us in Parliament.
Ayaan Hirsi Alis kollega i parlamentet, Geert Wilders, lever også bag en politimur. Han står i dag til at blive en af Hollands mest populære politikere. 26 mandater ville han få, hvis der var valg. Wilders markante kritik af indvandrerne har givet ham en politisk fremdrift, som man skal tilbage til den myrdede Pim Fortuyn for at finde magen til. Samme dag troede en imam Wilders med døden. Minister Fadonks mening om det var knap og fyndig.
This is awful, disgusting.
Geert Wilders viser os, hvordan hans islamiske fjender på nettet truer ham med at få halsen skåret over, sådan som det skete med filminstruktøren Theo van Gogh.
My punishment should be decapitation. If people decapitate me, they will go to paradise, it says. Unfortunately, I've had some terrible death threats in the last few months. I mean, I'm not talking about one or two, but more than 10, and serious ones.
Holland har hidtil været kendt som et åbent og liberalt land, politisk korrekt til det yderste, og meget imødekommende over for indvandrere. Ud af den million muslimer, der er i landet, er ganske mange integreret, men det er et problem, at mere end 100.000 af tyrkisk og marokkansk oprindelse stadig ikke taler hollandsk. Så den berømmede åbenhed er på retur, mener den hollandske filminstruktør Stan van Hauge.
Holland has never been tolerant. We are indifferent. We don't mind. People can do whatever they want for a long time, as long as you don't bother me. As soon as there is a problem and you cannot buy it off, you cannot change it with giving money, then the resentment starts in Holland, and then a problem becomes, and then suddenly it turns out we are not tolerant at all.
Hollænderne har opdaget en ny side af sig selv. De har ellers længe ment, at de var Europas mest tolerante folk. Men sådan er